The only extracurricular event that I have, of course, outside of school, is a math class on Saturday. And I do it because, of course, math is very important to like build a logical mind, to think logically, and is also a very important part of the Romanian educational system. So, I have it every Saturday, and I asked my math teacher, how do I actually think more logically? How do I think more logically and thus become better at math and at all other areas in life? How do I do that? Because it is extremely important, not only for math, but, for grammar, for relationships, for recording videos, for deducing the truth. Everything is benefited by having a logical mind. And the response I got from that question was very interesting. My math teacher, she didn't have a very precise answer, and she had to think about it for like a minute. But she told me that one thing that very logical people do, mathematicians and just people that have a greater sense of logic, practice, is just looking at truth, like, oh, E equals MC square, whatever, looking at truth, you know, truth that is widely accepted to be true, and just asking themselves why. If I told you now inaction cures stress, that's a truth, right? No, action cures anxiety. That's a truth, right? Because you can't be anxious if you act accordingly. If you do something that gets rid of that anxiety, and while doing something, you can't be anxious. That's a truth, per se. Why is it a truth? I just want you to ask yourself that for like starters. Why does action cure anxiety? Action cures anxiety because, and then action cures anxiety because if you're actually acting on something that is very important, your anxiety disappears because anxiety is directly correlated to whatever, to inaction, to not knowing what to do. Okay, why is anxiety correlated to not knowing what to do and not doing anything? Because when you do not do anything, you you are genuinely going to be scared. You're not going to be comfortable when you do not do anything and when you do not know how to do what to do. That's why anxiety is caused by inaction. And you go on this like loop. Let's hope not endless loop. I don't want you to do this and just have a philosophical breakdown because it is not as productive as many people think. But just ask 5 questions about any given truth. Why is E equal MC square? Why? 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 Why because? Why because? Why because? Do this action, this loop, kind of. And I want you to remember, this loop is kind of endless. And at some point, you yourself will not be able to come up with an actual concrete solution or answer. So, just calm down and look at a truth. Maybe meditate before so your mind is clear on that truth and actually ask yourself why. Because the foundations of logic are in the why. And the why is something the way it is. And why would it not be? What can I do to deduce whether this is a truth or lie? That is the base of logic. Actually figuring out if something is true or false by asking yourself, why is it? How is it? And then giving a very precise because. I'll see you later.